Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be going through a tutorial about how to make a lovely summer kimono with this beautiful floral fabric. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned. The first thing you're going to need is 1.5 meters of fabric. Then you're going to need a pair of good fabric scissors, a tape measure, some pins, a notepad if you'd like, the right colour thread for your fabric. Okay, step 1. First thing we're going to do is fold our fabric in half lengthways and cut down the folded side. Okay, so we're only dealing with 1/2 of the original fabric that we cut. Just put aside the other one for a later project. Then what you're going to do is fold it in half again and snip it at the top and then rip it, or just cut it all the way down to the bottom. Next step is to lay both sides flat next to each other and then measure just to make sure that they're both the same size, because we don't want unevenness in our sleeves. Great, once you've done that, now you need to lay both sides one on top of the other. Make sure that the right sides together. That is going to be the printed side together, and when you flip it over, you're going to see that the faded side is the wrong side. We want the right sides together. Next step is to place a pin in each corner of the fabric, and this is just to hold it in place so it doesn't move around. Then you're going to fold in half and find the center of the fabric, and then you're going to place a pin in that center because we're going to be sewing from the top to that center point. Lay your fabric out straight again, and what you're going to do is place pins from one end to the middle just to secure the fabric when you start to sew. We're only going to be sewing one side of the fabric, as that will become the back seam of the kimono, so we're going to be using a straight stitch from the bottom end to the middle pin where we found our center. Now we're going to start to sew, and we're going to be using a 1 centimeter seam allowance, and we're going to be sewing with a straight stitch down the side that we've pinned. Make sure that you sew first and then back stitch, and then we're going to go ahead and sew all the way from the top to the center pin. Please make sure to take out your pins as you sew along, as you don't want to damage your sewing machine. As we approach the center, you're going to need to make a small mark with your marker, as we're going to have to take the pin out, and then once we reach the center, you're going to have to curve the stitch towards the raw edge. And then once you're done, make sure you finish your stitch with a back stitch. And once it's done, this is what it should look like. Lay your fabric out, and this is what it should look like from the bottom to the center, and that is where your neckline is. So grab 1/2 and fold down to the bottom, and then what you're going to do is just place pins to hold the fabric in place. Then you're going to have to measure from the top about 10 inches or so, just as an armhole, and then place a pin again. What you're going to have to do is sew from the bottom to that pin that you placed, as this is now going to become your armhole. Once you have your fabric laid out flat, this is what your kimono will look like. You're going to have your neckline at the top where it's folded, and then at the bottom is the hem, and that's the opening of your kimono. So we're back onto the sewing machine now, and we're going to be sewing up the side seam. Don't forget to back stitch. We're going to start our straight stitch from the hem of the garment all the way to the marked pin, which is the bottom of your armhole. Once again, once we reach the pin that we used as a marker, we're going to sew down with a straight stitch and then across. If you don't have an overlocker, you're going to want to fold over your raw edge either twice. We've only done it once to save time, just to avoid the raw edge being seen. Just be sure to do this all around the whole garment so you have no raw edges being seen. Great, so this is what your kimono should look like. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope it's been really clear. Please be sure to send any images to our Instagram and email. It should be linked down below in the toolbar. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope to see you in our next video. Take care. God bless.